Good morning. I'm just on my way to work, and I thought I would rig up the motorcycle with my cameras and talk a little bit about confidence. What is it? How do we build it? And how do we hold on to it? Coming right up. So I'm taking the T-Max to work today. I had a bit of a mishap with my other motorcycle, which is in the shop. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. Okay, hopefully this is gonna work. Let's go to work. I keep getting this message on my Bluetooth that my SD card is abnormal. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get any forward-facing video today. So you might just have to look at me. I want to talk a little bit about confidence today. Like right now is an example of confidence, and confidence is basically doing something with the full belief that you can do it without hurting yourself or anyone else, really. I've been riding motorcycles for about as long as I've been playing trumpet, and it is a dangerous thing to do. I do it every day, and especially in Singapore, it's one of the most dangerous things you can do because the driving is so bad here. And I know that sounds bad, but I don't offer any apology for it. It's the worst driving anywhere I've ever been. But anyway, I'm reasonably confident that I can get to work and back and go places even with a pillion, because when I ride the bike, it takes basically no resources for me to do it. The bike is like an extension of my body. I don't have to think about how to make it work. And it's like tying your shoes. The first time you tied your shoes, it was tough, and you had to remember how to do it, and it took a lot of concentration. And then you do it every day, and it becomes easier and easier, and the next thing you know, you're tying your shoes without even looking at your shoestrings. You can just do it automatic. Driving cars is the same way. First time you get in a car, you're probably looking down at your feet for the gas pedal and brake. And then I close my visor. I hope it sounds better now. And then after a while, you don't have to look at your feet anymore, right? You're just going to jump in the car and go get milk, and you're not thinking about how to make the car work. So that's confidence, right? So how do you build confidence in those situations? You build it through repetition. You find the most efficient way to do something, and then you repeat it ad nauseum. You repeat it as many times as you possibly can until it becomes automatic. And the same goes for bad habits. If you want to develop bad habits, you just repeat them over and over and over, and then they become a bad habit. There's no real mystery to it. I hope I don't lose my reading glasses. I forgot to put them in my pocket. I don't think I have a forward-facing camera, but in front of me is this massive traffic jam. Filtering is legal here. You can go between the cars. But people, if you could see this guy in front of me, he doesn't stay in his lane. And I've seen motorcycles get smushed between the cars before. It's not pretty. But anyway, so again, yeah, I'm riding a motorcycle to work. I'm not wearing protective gear, because it's all with my other motorcycle, which maybe I'll tell you about that at the end of the video, so people don't want to listen to that. They don't have to listen to it. So building confidence. I'm riding a motorcycle to work right now with some of the worst drivers in the world, and I'm not wearing a jacket, and I'm not wearing gloves, which is stupid. It is stupid, but what am I supposed to do? My stuff is with my other bike, and I have to go to work. But I'm I'm reasonably confident, hopefully, knock on wood, that nothing bad's going to happen today. But I know what I'm doing on the bike, and I always operate from a point of safety. I don't try to show off. I'm not riding wheelies and stuff like that. I like to go fast, but I do it safely. And I'm confident riding the bike. So when we play trumpet, we want that kind of confidence. We want to be able to come in to the rehearsal or the performance and feel confident that we're going to do a good job and we're going to have fun. I mean, and make great music, you know what I mean? And how do we do that? Same way, through repetition, through massive amounts of repetition of the most efficient, just the most efficient way possible to, people really risk their lives going to work here for no reason. I mean, even the motorcycles, they ride really irresponsibly. They ride like 20% out in front of their ability. But yeah, we want to build confidence through repetition. And so that's what we do, holding good form behind the horn, all that stuff. So that's why before my metal allergy, and now, like always in my trumpet playing career, I like to be able to demonstrate control over the instrument. And that comes with practicing fundamentals. I'm going to put my windscreen up a little bit. Maybe that'll make it quieter. That comes with practicing fundamentals. I'm really big on that. I love the Arbin book. I love the first pages of the Arbin book, 13 onwards. Being able to play these simple exercises with 100% control, same articulation, same color of sound, perfect rhythm, perfect intonation. I mean, these exercises, they look simple on the page, but to actually try to play them absolutely perfectly is not that easy. Oh shit, my glasses. It's really not that easy. I'm gonna try to put my glasses in my pocket. Yeah, I'm on the highway. It's not my preferred way of doing things here. I have a cargo pocket. Okay, now that my glasses are in my cargo pocket. Alright, cool. Now I can see when I get to work. Yeah, I like fundamentals and flexibility, lip slurs, and just being able to get around the horn as efficiently as possible. Now, my topic today is confidence because of this thing that I'm going through with the allergy. And I mean, 2024 was a pretty shit year for me. In general, I had a pulmonary embolism and almost died from it. And then I had complete hearing loss in one ear a few months ago. This metal allergy thing's been escalating. I mean, it's like pretty intense shit. And I'm trying to wake up every day seeing the glass half full and seeing each day as an opportunity to learn something from what I've been going through. But just imagine, like, every aspect of your life is the same as it is right now, but every time you go to reach for your shoestrings to tie your shoes, you can't feel your fingers. Every aspect of your life otherwise is completely the same. But it's only when you go to tie your shoes that things go weird. And let's say tying your shoes is how you make money. You know what I mean? Let's just say tying your shoes is the way you make money. And like your whole life is dependent, your whole lifestyle and, you know, meeting your bills and staying financially solvent is, you know, riding on you being able to tie your shoes excellently every day, right? And suddenly you're unable to do it. I mean, that's kind of like what I'm going through. I mean, playing trumpet for the longest time was like tying my shoes. I pick it up and it just works. And, you know, it took me a long time to get there. It took a lifetime. I mean, I started when I was 9 years old and 56 in a couple months. It took a long time to build up that kind of confidence. And within a couple of years of this allergy and other health problems, it's kind of shaken my confidence a bit. I mean, I'm not immune to that. I'm a human just like everybody else. So I've been, on my own kind of head trip. And, even like a bad shop day, like I'm the kind of person that wants to keep that kind of stuff to myself. And here I am blasting it out on my YouTube channel. So the cat's out of the bag, right? I mean, I'm going through this stuff and I'm human like everybody else. And, I'm a bit on a head trip trying to work through these uncharted waters and try to rebuild my confidence, doing what I used to do like automatically. So yeah, I mean, it's for real, guys. Like I'm in the CBD almost now. I'm in the major traffic jam. You can't see it, but there's somebody halfway in my lane blocking my way. It's really annoying. Thank God I drive a motorcycle. I couldn't stand in this traffic. I'm passing like $1 million cars in traffic. So yeah. Motorcycle is the only way to go if you're like I'm due on stage at a certain time. I can't be late. And a motorcycle really helps a lot. You guys are probably watching this video like, holy shit. Yeah, this is what I do on my way to work every day. Might look stressful to some people, but I've been on two wheels for a long time, man. But yeah, anyway, I'm going through this thing. It's like I'm going through this thing where I'm trying to keep my head on straight and not panic. And fundamentals, like as I'm going through this time, I'm ultra focused on fundamentals, ease of sound production, because I'm going through this, right? It's causing tension. I'm stressed out, so it's causing me to hold tension that I'm not used to holding when I try to play. So it's like a domino effect. So anyway, like, I don't know, I've done like 3 videos about this metal allergy thing. I'm not crying in my beer, guys. I'm just trying to share with you, like, the complexities of holding on to a job. Because we're human. You're not always going to feel, invincible. I felt invincible for a long time. I really did. I felt like I, had this guardian angel that was always looking after me. But, like, it's clear that's not the case anymore. I'm kind of on my own. I've had a good run, man. It's like I've been very lucky for 55 years. So now I got to really pay attention. It's 9:35. Rehearsal starts at 10. I'm way out of schedule, but better early than late. I still have, so I guess I'll talk a little bit about what happened to my other bike. Yesterday I took it in for inspection at these inspection centers they have in Singapore. You have to get your vehicle inspected every 2 years. I mean, it's completely unnecessary and it's ineffective. The inspection is like a joke. It's not a real inspection. This is illegal what I'm doing now, but yeah, so I took my bike in for inspection and I had just put a new throttle assembly on it like a month earlier. I had to put a new throttle on it because the bike it's fly-by-wire. So the throttle's electronic, it's not a cable. So I had a new throttle put in it and that was like $1,000. And then I haven't really been riding the bike much. I was on a tour in Australia and I ride this scooter a lot because it's just more convenient around town. So I went to get on it. I took it for inspection yesterday and there was a queue of like 10 bikes and each inspection was taking like 20 minutes. So it was like a big time commitment. I'm sitting there in the queue, and every once in a while I have to start the bike up to, move it forward. It's a heavy bike and I don't feel like pushing it. So I started a bunch of times, and then when I finally get to be number one in the queue, I go to start the bike and it's totally dead. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. No lights on the dashboard, no response at all. And I thought maybe the key, because it's a keyless bike, so I thought maybe the battery in the key fob was dead and that was affecting it. So I took a taxi home. I left my bike there. I took a taxi home. I got the emergency key. I changed the battery in the key fob, and I went to grab my I have like a battery jumping thing that I used to have for the boat. I still have it. Of course it wasn't charged, so I had to spend time charging it. And then I took all that stuff back to Viacom, the inspection place, and none of it worked. None of it brought any response back from the bike. The bike was just absolutely silent. No clicks, no lights, no nothing. So then it's, the bike is 300 kilograms. It's, not an easy bike to push around and stuff, so I had to call a tow. And remarkably, that was only $70 to have it towed to my normal bike shop. So there it sits, and now I'm nervous because I've been reading things about things that can go wrong with these bikes, and one of them is called a stator, and that has to do with the ignition. And the stator location on my bike requires literally 90% disassembly of the entire motorcycle just to get at it and replace it. So to actually replace the stator in that bike is like $300 for the part and $4,000 labor. I mean, it's not pretty. So I'm really nervous, waiting to hear back from the shop. Oh my God, if my camera was facing forward, you can see the way these people drive here. Assholes. People don't stop behind the stop line when they sit out in the middle of the intersection and jam everything up. So when their light turns red, they're in the middle of the intersection blocking all the people with the green light. It's just really uncivilized driving, just really stupid shit that you don't see other places. Even the Philippines drive better than this. Anyway, I'm not gonna let it get me in a bad mood because I can't control it. I'm not. I'm gonna only worry about what I can control. I get to go play my trumpet right now, and that's a great thing. We're playing at Victoria Concert Hall today. I'm looking at the Esplanade right now, but I don't think you guys can see it. I'm not sure because I think my SD card is corrupt. But if I'm going to aim my camera at the Esplanade, maybe you can see it there. If not, sorry about that. Yeah, maybe these ride and talk videos might be fun. Try to come up with some topics to get in the pipeline. Yeah, but getting back to recapping the confidence thing, guys, like, confidence comes from massive amounts of repetition of doing something the most efficiently way, massive amounts of repetition of doing something the most efficient way possible over and over until it becomes automatic. And keeping the faith, preparing. Yeah, and then one other thing I wanted to mention, there's a book called The Talent Code that talks about building myelin. Myelin is like nerve insulation that your body like coats your nerves with when you're learning to do a new skill. It like insulates your nerves and basically makes the synapses and nerves required for that specific task. It kind of insulates them and reinforces them in a way, so to speak. And this is proven. This is scientifically proven. That's why in slow practice, if you practice something slowly, like 10 times, you can probably play it at twice the tempo perfectly just from doing slow practice, because you're building those channels, you're building myelin on those nerve synapses. The Talent Code, highly recommend it. I might reread it. I did read it a long time ago when it came out, but it's a really interesting read. And I encourage people to read, you know, I don't want to say self-help books, but psychology books, you know what I mean? Like I quoted in one of my last videos, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. He's, you know, a mindfulness guru. I've learned a lot from his books. There's no one book I can point to that, like, you know, is the breakthrough book, but like I've read a ton of stuff about psychology and basically mindfulness, written by many different people. And not all of it resonates with me, but some stuff from each thing I read usually gets purchased in my brain. And yeah, I find it really useful. I find it helps me not only in my trumpet playing and my music, but in my day-to-day life, managing anger and frustration and cultivating a feeling of gratitude, like on demand. Like when I catch myself getting in a bad mood or getting angry about something, I can immediately stop myself and cultivate a feeling of gratitude for all the amazing shit that I have to be grateful for, which is, you know, I do. I have no reason to be like upset or pissed off about anything, at least for any length of time, you know. So yeah. Anyway, I hope this came out. I hope that, like, the audio is going to be good enough. I'm at Victoria Concert Hall almost now, so I'm going to wrap this up. I didn't lose my camera, so that's a good thing. Really hope that my camera on my helmet was working, but if not, I'll get it working for the next one. And if this comes out the way I'm hoping, it should be a fun video. This is Victoria Concert Hall. This is the beautiful place I get to come to work. See you guys on the next video. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support. And leave a comment below. Tell me if you like this video, you want to see more of them. And I look forward to seeing y'all. Take care.
I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got him picking up the pieces.